Hello, boys and girls. Yes, this is the same guy who is a responsible traveler who talks about how to be a responsible traveler. And he has come back with another episode that will teach you how to be a responsible traveler. And we'll talk to another responsible traveler who will share some interesting facts about how you too can be a responsible traveler. This is Daily Passenger Podcast, and make sure that you are subscribed on the platform you're listening. Our guest today has done some incredible work in spreading the message of responsible travel and sustainability in general. And while I stay away from bloggers and influencers for this podcast, her work is actually remarkable, and that means that she has done more than social media live sessions. We are with Purvi. Hi Purvi, thanks a lot for taking out your time for this episode.
Hello, Anshul. Thank you for having me on your podcast.
So a lot of folks, including me, have done a lot of work to cut down plastic waste from our life. It is a belief among many that it is the first stage of being a responsible traveler. So, what inspired you to start this journey and how has it been so far?
Yeah, so it all started when it started very randomly during YHI treks where they have the system of making girls the environmental leader. So we need to ensure that nobody throws the trash on the trail or whatever trash is lying on the trail, that also we were supposed to pick up. So at that point of time, it seemed like, oh my God, why do I have to do this and all? But after we started picking up, like with the help of other trekkers and all, I realized that there was so much of trash, so much of it that once like after a while it will become all microplastic and it will be a permanent part of that mountains. So yeah, that is how I felt that yeah, something has to be done in order to curb or make awareness among the people, spread awareness among the people to not throw trash in the mountain. And that is how I joined Healing Himalayas Foundation the next year itself and started picking plastic waste and started spreading awareness in the villages that how plastic should not be burnt in open and how to properly dispose plastic and plastic waste collection and putting it into the recycling plant or the proper place where the government collects the plastic trash and put it into use. So yeah, this is how I realized that plastic needs a solution, but still I didn't know because just we knew that we just have to collect the plastic and we need to put it in the recycling plants. However, it was not enough because most of the villagers, most of the people seem to be completely unaware about what is the exact solution of plastic. Like, obviously, till the time government doesn't ban it, they will keep purchasing the plastic and they'll keep throwing the plastic everywhere. Even if it's in the dustbin, it will be somewhere in the dump yard or in the landfills. So that's when I realized that only picking up the plastic and putting it in the dustbin or in the landfills or the dump yard is not at all enough. So and that is where when I came across an article on the Better India about a woman in Bangalore who was leading this zero waste lifestyle. And still, it just lingered in my mind until I went to Europe. So Europe trip made me, come in contact with so many people who were literally doing so much for the environment. Like they were actually more Indianized and they were leading the traditional Indian life to avoid much of plastic trash. And yeah, that's when I decided that I want to do this and I want to lead a life that leads to like that comes to the zero waste production. And yes, this is what inspired me all my traveling and the way I met, the kind of people I met on the way, the kind of thinking and the kind of lifestyle of people that inspired me, made me change my lifestyle completely so that I become a responsible traveler as well as a responsible human in terms of waste production.
But when it comes down to cutting down plastic consumption or following ethical and sustainable brands, it is not a one day thing. So, in my opinion, it takes time and requires patience. So, like, what do you think? How can someone who is trying to move in this zero waste lifestyle, how can they make their practices, daily practices, more sustainable while benefiting society on the most basic level that it remains engaging without demotivating them from believing that having a zero waste lifestyle is a waste of time because it is very cumbersome and hectic.
Yeah, exactly. I thought the same earlier. I even failed many a times कि भाई नहीं हो रहा है अब तो. So yeah, it does happen. But then if you start with the basics, say for example, start with one place at a time in your house. So I started with bathroom. You just take all your toiletries and everything. Just see how much of waste is produced from that particular place.
Hmm.
So I decided to replace all those things once it is once it is out of use, of course. So the first thing which I did was I did not throw any plastic. So this is a major misconception that people have is if you want to lead a zero waste lifestyle, that means throw away all the plastic from the home. So this is something really, really bad from for the environment. You should never ever throw away anything which is already in your home. So focus on first of all reducing. So reduce the incoming of the plastic. Whatever is coming into your house, just restrict that first of all. And then comes to reuse. Whatever plastic is there at your home, reuse it how much ever possible. Just find out that there are so many YouTube videos and so many techniques that people can use in order to put it into something different usage or even upcycling, like make some artifacts or some very interesting things out of it. So yeah, these are the mantras which I follow initially. That is reduce, reuse, and upcycling most of the time. And yeah, also it is very important to refuse the one single-use plastic. So once you refuse the single-use plastic, you will automatically observe that your dustbin has a lesser amount of plastic wastage. And the other whatever items are there, you can put it into recycling initially, and then work on replacing it. So I'll just guide. What I did was I made two columns for my toiletries and self-care. One is whatever items I already have in the bathroom, which is made up of plastic, which will amount to the plastic waste. And then I made the another column in which I made the list of how can I replace it, what are the other options, what are the alternatives available in the market, which will help me reduce this consumption of plastic. So I started with the body wash or the soap first of all. So I started looking for the alternative, and there are literally many companies in the market, many options in the market, which gives you completely palm oil free, chemical free, and plastic free soaps. Like they are covered in completely handmade paper cover. And yeah, few of the companies like Plastic Art and Erdi Soap or the Soap Square. There are so many companies out there which were giving me options to replace my, you know, chemical-based soap, which comes in the plastic cover. And then I came to the shampoo part, which was very important again. And I found out that there were many companies which were selling shampoos in glass bottles. So yeah, I tried a few of them, experimented with a few of them, which was suitable for my hair and all. And finally, I decided to use Grandma shampoo, which comes in a reused glass bottle. So yeah, that is how I replace my plastic bottle shampoo with the glass bottle shampoo, and that too with all natural elements so that it doesn't add to the water pollution as well. And yes, toothbrush, we all know bamboo toothbrush. They are very popular in the market nowadays, and everybody is using it. So yeah, but ensure that you suddenly do not throw your current plastic toothbrush. Use it properly, put it into reuse, and then opt for the bamboo brush. And then the next shocking part was the toothpaste. The toothpaste actually, the cover is not at all recyclable. And recently I came to know that in Iceland, Colgate has opted, uh, like they have decided not to put their toothpaste into the cover, the cardboard cover, which is again lined with the plastic, very thin plastic sheet. So they have scrapped it because the people of Thailand demanded that this is not needed, this is not at all required, and you just scrap it because it is adding to the trash in the or the waste generated in the households. So yeah, but then I came to know that the toothpaste container itself is not at all recyclable, and thus I shifted to tooth powder. I did experiment with few of the tooth powders and toothpaste available in the glass bottles, but I somehow didn't like it, so I made my own tooth powder using, you know, mint and clove and cinnamon powder, avla powder, all these powders which were good for my teeth, like which gives all the vitamins, which are also antibacterial. I saw all those stuff and made my own tooth powder. And since last 1.5 years, I have never gotten back to using toothpaste anywhere. So wherever I go, I carry my tooth powder in a small reused, like again, I have put a few of the plastic boxes into use, and I always carry those boxes for my tooth powder. And yeah, I do not even add to water pollution when I use tooth powder. It is all natural. Even if the water goes directly to the plant, it will not harm any of the plants, and not even the soil. So yeah, these are the things which we never actually think about. We are so much impressed by the advertisements on the TV and all those stuff that we have hardly thought upon the harm caused by very normal things which we use daily in our lives. And yeah, same goes for the face wash and face wash. It's like you just go to your normal tradition, use haldi and gram flour and all those, even the orange peel powder. Nowadays, I have started drying off all the peels that I use, the fruit peels, and I powder it and keep it. And whenever I make any face wash, or that means a face wash powder, I add all those fruit powders, which really rejuvenates my skin. And it is far, far better than any other product which you use in the market, which you use from the market, which are full of chemicals, which creates water pollution as well as adds to the plastic wastage. And yeah, I have so many plants also in my home which helps me moisturize my skin, or I can use them as in my body wash and shampoo and all those stuff. So I have literally cut down on most of my self-care and bathroom products, which added to plastic waste in my dustbin. So yeah, people can start doing this, and yeah, there are almost like all the other products like hair oil, lip balm, bathroom cleaners, detergents. They all have such kind of replacements, and I have found it. So I'm sure that wherever you are staying, even if it is a very small town or it's a very big city, all of you would be getting replacements for all these products which come in plastic containers. And it is not really difficult to actually reduce the plastic in the current time when so many startups and so many companies are coming up with the new concepts of zero waste and the plastic free products. And yeah, Adrish Zero Waste Shop and Bare Necessities. These are a few of the shops which you will find in almost all the cities, and they'll provide you with the alternatives to your plastic products.
Something that I really started to dislike while backpacking, that every time I come across a group of backpackers or go to a hostel, I keep seeing these small bottles of shampoo, small bottles of face wash. I think there should be a concept of group usage while someone is backpacking. और ये भी होता है कि there are groups of travelers, like there's a group of 4 or 5, and everyone is carrying their own toothpaste, everyone is carrying their own face wash, everyone is carrying their own shampoo, which results in like
instead of one bottle of shampoo, one bottle of face wash, it results in four plastic bottles being discarded. And while backpacking, I also realized that बहुत से लोग क्या करते हैं कि they bring a shampoo का bottle, they bring a body wash का bottle, and उसको एक बार use करके दो बार use करके they throw it. They don't throw it, they leave it in the hostel. It is not only like resulting in generation of more waste, but it is also like showing your privilege, that how privileged are you that you don't care about growing issue of plastic pollution, and you are leaving unnecessary plastic at a place that has not seen plastic till now, right? So I think they can use your ideas, use recyclable products, use shampoos that come in glass bottles, and share it instead of using it for one person only.
Yeah, Anshul, you have rightly mentioned it actually. The people literally do it, and just for the sake of like many of the hostels and hotels, they also give this free
Yeah.
soaps and free shampoo, and they just throw it. They just because it's free, they just use it, and half-used shampoo bottles and soaps, they are of no use. They just go to the landfills.
And not only that,
Yeah.
like I've been to a number of hostels that have their own shampoo dispensers and soap dispenser, and it is in a very nice packaging, a very good quality shampoo, very good quality body wash, and still people prefer bringing their own products. Like it is just a waste of resource, waste of money. When you start considering these things, you will realize that how much money are you saving in your backpacking trips.
Yeah, right. And one more thing is that, we put a lot of effort in thinking, अरे कौन सा shampoo अच्छा है, कौन सा face wash अच्छा है, क्या है ये अच्छा है, अरे ये best quality and we'll buy this only. And when you go for traveling for a week or even for a weekend, you just forget that these are the things which are not good for your health, for your skin, and this is not the things which you have chosen. So I feel that dispensers. I agree they are very good, but then I feel that most of the hotels should just stop giving free stuffs.
Yeah.
And travelers should be responsible enough that they carry bottles, and in which see glass bottles are not easy to carry everywhere. So
Yes.
we have this traveler's kit which comes of reused small bottles like Biotecta and all those stuff. So you refill them from your home and use it throughout your journey. How difficult is that? Right? Most of the time it will hardly amount to like around 50 grams or 100 grams of your total backpack weight. So that is quite easy that people do just make 3 bottles, one tooth powder, one shampoo and one body wash. And that's it. You're all good to go. You don't need anything else, and you don't even have to buy anything on the way or use any other resources on the way.
So, since we are into like 10 episodes of this podcast now, and a lot of guests often talk about zero waste lifestyle, plastic free travel. So, my guests in past, they have they have they believe that there is a mixed effort when it comes to zero waste travelers, and there are a couple of them who believe that it is possible depending on the situation and environment. What do you think? Is it really easy and doable for everyone, or it depends on the circumstances? Like you are in a special environment, you are getting all the resources to make your life zero waste. Because
so as long as you are living in India, it is completely easy for you to lead a zero waste life, because we are living in a country, especially when you are living in the villages or the small towns. It is far easier for you to go zero waste or follow zero waste lifestyle. I'll tell you how. See, Rita and Shikakai, those are the two base for whatever zero waste products they make, all the companies. Okay, and Rita and Shikakai are the two things which are available in almost all the villages and all the small towns. So even if you are able to buy it from any of the grocery shop nearby your place, then it is like very easy for you to make your own shampoo, your own body wash, hand wash, detergent, everything. Like even myself, I don't use all the like very hi-fi products apart from 2 or 3 of them, because I understand that they are very even expensive. Not all can even afford it. So, and Amazon, again, if you will go for Amazon, if you rely on Amazon products, then they will come in plastic packaging in the end of
Yeah.
at the end of the day, right?
Right.
So that is, I will never recommend going for Amazon and online delivery and all. Just go local. Just see what is available nearby your place. For example, I live in a Bangalore city, and people might be thinking it's very difficult to find out a zero waste store at a very reasonable price. But then I found out that one wholesale seller at my very nearby my place, he sells everything loose, like all the cereals, all the spices. And sometimes what happens is, if I go to the village, or say, for example, recently I went to Kurg, and Kurg is very famous for spices. So what I did was I carried my own cloth bags. I have made this from my old shirts and old frocks and everything. I have created this small carry bags and small container bags and all those stuff. So I carried all those things and bought all the spices required for the year. So now I don't have to rely on Amazon and nothing. All the cloves which I need for my tooth powder, all the cinnamon, or the even the mint. Mint, I just take it from the nearby vegetable vendor, and I dry it by myself and just powder it in the mixer. Another example I would like to give is, I went to Dandeli. I was traveling in Dandeli, and I just researched that there is a honeybee farm, one of India's largest honeybee farm. And there were these two ladies. So whatever honeybee, those beehives were discarded. So honeybees use the hives only for like certain number of times. They don't keep reusing it. So once they are discarded, तो उसका क्या होगा? तो उसको वो लोग bee wax में convert करते हैं. And this bee wax is very useful for making lip balm, for making soaps, and even making candles or something related to it, like similar products. So what I did was, वहाँ पे कोई plastic cover कुछ भी नहीं, simply मतलब bee farm के side में बैठ के they were selling this bee wax. And I bought 2 or 3 of them, like around 150 gram. और उसको ही थोड़ा थोड़ा कट करके, I just double boiler method से, I just add some coconut oil, some almond oil, and it turns out to be my lip balm once it hardens, solidifies again. So that way it is very easy when you are traveling, and when you have that mindset, everything will come to you. See, earlier I would not have thought of like, हाँ मैं दांडेली जा रही हूँ तो मैं ऐसा कुछ देखूंगी या ऐसा कुछ करूंगी. But now, as I have that idea कि इससे ये भी हो सकता है, and that's how I go to such kind of places which will help me in sustaining my zero waste lifestyle. And I bring such products from there, and it will help the locals also. So again, you are being a responsible traveler, where you are helping the communities at a very base level, at a very basic level. And yes, you are also contributing to the economy this way, because many people are also concerned कि भाई zero waste lifestyle में जाएंगे, सारा purchasing बंद हो जाएगा, तो companies will go in loss, this, that. But in a way, if you think, then you are actually helping the locals at the very basic level without any mediators and all, because when you buy the products from Amazon and all, सबका बीच में profits लगा हुआ रहता है. Then जो भी communities को in the end जाता है, that is a very less amount. So if you buy directly from them, you are being very responsible in a way, here it comes, the point of responsible traveler, that when you are following a zero waste lifestyle, you go to the community level and help them in whatever they are doing at their level. So yes, you don't necessarily have to be dependent on Amazon. You just go to the place. Say for example, you are living in Patna. You just go to any outskirts and villages. There will be many people doing things in their homes, like making ghee. So वो जो plastic की bag में घी आता है, you don't have to buy that. You just go there and you just ask कि कौन घर में sell करता है घी. Like we go to our village and just go to the dairy farm where we usually buy the dairy products and all. and we ask them कि घर पे आपने घी बनाया है क्या, घर का घी कैसे कब मिलेगा हमको करके, and then they give us the date कि हाँ ये तारीख को आके लेके जाओ, and then we bring our own container and give it to them. Even in the cities like Mysore and Bangalore, if I find घाटी जो cold pressed oil तुमको fresh बना के देते हैं, आप कुछ भी लेके जाओ उनके पास, groundnut लेके जाओ, coconut लेके जाओ, कुछ भी लेके जाओ, and they'll give you fresh oil. Then why do we even rely on the refined oils जो पूरा bleaching डालते हैं उसमें, उसका smell ना आए, वो खराब ना हो जाए, उस bleaching में हजारों chemicals डालते हैं. Why do you want to go for that and again create the zero waste? Again create the plastic waste. A lot of plastic waste with those 1 liter of oil packets. तो हाँ, मतलब ऐसा नहीं है कि तुमको कोई extraordinary change करने है. Just go to the tradition, just go to the basics which we used to follow once upon a time, and then everything is sorted.
So the idea here is to not go with the modern idea of modern notion of the zero waste, but go back to our roots. The biggest problem are the misconceptions that make the whole process very niche to a certain section of society. Otherwise, zero waste is very desi and very easy.
Basically, you just have to research. Only research will help you understand that what is available nearby your area. And yeah, that way it will help you. And many times people, think that it is only for the rich, only for the elite class that who can go for the zero waste lifestyle ki haan 200-300 रुपए का soap खरीद लिया and all those stuff. And 400-500 रुपए का जो भी छोटा सा oil का bottle, essential oil, blah blah करके खरीद लिया. But that is not the truth. Like even in the cities like Mysore and Bangalore, if you just go to the roots, just go to the वो सब्जी मंडी जो भी वहां पे बेचते हैं, and you will find many herbs which you can use in your toothpaste, in your hair oil, in your soap, and it doesn't cost you much. 10 रुपए का भृंगराज मिलता है, 50 रुपए का कुछ ब्राह्मी मिलता है, and yeah, that's it. पूरे साल के लिए 50 रुपए में पूरे साल के लिए आप एक ब्राह्मी ऑयल बना सकते हो.
We are living in a world where travel and tourism has changed due to current pandemic. There seems to be a best time to travel more responsibly and ethically. So how do you think that travelers will start changing their lifestyle? It will affect tourism in the coming future.
To be honest, there are already so many hotels in India itself who are catering to the elite class, जिनको ऐसा zero waste lifestyle वाला बहुत, like they get attracted towards it. Oh my God, they are living such a natural life, especially the foreigners who are coming to India. They just love the Indian concept of going to the basics. So yeah, there are many hotels already who have adopted this, the kind of lifestyle which I am living. Like I had just seen some pictures in some of the hotels in Kerala, जो आपको toothpaste नहीं देंगे, जो आपको toothbrush नहीं देंगे, कुछ भी नहीं देंगे. They'll just give you the powders, different powders, tooth powders, bathing powder, face pack powder, hair pack powder, all these things. Like they love going back to the roots, even the foreigners. So I feel that nowadays more and more homestays, especially in the rural areas, in the forest, like in the mountains and all those places which are located in the forest and in the villages, they will be going back to roots. Like for example, even I have that plan of making a homestay that is completely zero waste concept. And yes, that is a future actually. Now more and more travelers will be becoming so conscious that they will be opting for the homestays which are very responsible, which are following the zero waste concept. And yes, that's how, and yeah, I have even been to so many of such homestays in Karnataka itself. So I went to the Siddhapura, there's one homestay. They grow everything in the farm, which is located right behind their house, including all the spices, everything. And they make all the things for their guests is made out of the things available nearby their home. And they do not use any plastic. They are completely zero waste homestay. They don't even give bottle to their like plastic bottle for the drinking. drinking water. And they just put a very beautiful glass jug in the room, and you can always refill it and use their, you know, ubtan क्या बोलते हैं उसको, ubtan बोलते हैं हिंदी में usually. So ubtan say they allow you to take bath, and even they give you Rita and Shikakai for hair wash. So yes, this I feel is the future of responsible tourism, which will flourish in the time to come. So people have started moving towards the basics again. Even the travelers, I see many foreigners जो पूरा ढूंढ ढूंढ के जाते हैं कि कांति स्वीट्स किधर है और वहां से परचेज करते हैं. So I feel that that is what I feel that this kind of change will come even in the Indian travelers. जो कहीं पे भी जाएंगे, they will कि हाँ ये नमकीन की शॉप किधर है यहाँ पे. कि North India में I feel that everywhere there are namkeen shops, and even in South India there are these especially in the states like Kerala, Karnataka and Tamil Nadu and even Andhra, like almost all the states, they have their all tapioca chips जो घर घर में बनता है और जो ऐसे ही सेल करते हैं पेपर में, पेपर बैग्स में कवर करके. या तो फिर the way I do, I always carry one paper bag, like few paper bags with me. तो कहीं पे भी मैं जाती हूँ, I don't have to rely on the plastic bags or the plastic cover which they give, the shopkeepers give. I give them my paper bag कि भाई ये लो, मुझे इसमें ही देना आप. मैं जो भी लेती हूँ, चिवड़ा लेती हूँ, चिप्स लेती हूँ, बिस्किट्स लेती हूँ, cookies. So many ladies make cookies and chocolates at home and they sell it. Like most of the tourist destinations, they have such kind of things. Some or the other, like it may not be just the chips or the chocolates or cookies. It may be many different other varieties. So yeah, I give them my paper bags and they give all their whatever I buy in the paper bag. So this is how, and I reuse that paper bag. So this is how all the travelers would start doing once they follow or they learn how to lead a zero waste lifestyle. And yeah, the changes are coming because when I go with my box to the ice cream shop nearby and ask them to give the ice cream in my box itself and not to give in any plastic or thermocol container. And there were many people who appreciated and even brought it, One day the guy even told me that दो चार लोग आए थे and they insisted that वो भी अपने स्टील के बॉक्स लेके आए थे और उसी में वो आइसक्रीम खाए. And yeah, so if you start doing it, people will get inspired and will start following the concepts. There are many people I see on Instagram now, they have started using this concept of paper bags. वो खुद की paper bag लेके जाते हैं, उसमें लिख के रखते हैं कि हाँ आधा किलो चना, 1 kg दाल, और वो grocery shop में देते हैं और उसी में लेके आते हैं, just to save on the plastic packaging. And so yeah, at both the levels, at the travelers, from the travelers' point of view and from the homemakers' point of view, the change will come. Such kind of lifestyle will bring change in both the industry.
And when you are traveling, it is a high time to connect with the homestay owner or hotel management in advance, so that you can make sure about the local rules and restrictions, and you prepare your itinerary accordingly. And also
Yeah, right.
it is a high time that we stop looking for offbeat places for a while, because when we go to a new place, we come in contact with a large group of locals who are unprepared for your arrival and your contact and the things that you bring with yourself. Thanks, Purvi, for being so patient and sharing our insights with us. I'm sure that we will get to do another session in future.
Yeah, sure.
You can always share your suggestions with me on Facebook and Instagram for new episodes and topics. You can also follow Purvi on
the.traveling.hippie.
We will be back with another episode soon. In the meanwhile, don't forget to subscribe to the podcast and stay updated.